guys, welcome to GV Yoga Live. My name is Claire. Today's sequence is about yoga poses for cold and cough. So grab your mat and join me now. Okay guys, we are going to start on our mats today, on our feet. If you're not here, meet me here as we move into yoga poses for cold and cough. So we want to open up the chest, increase blood circulation all around, and get a little more oxygen and blood flow to our brain, our chest area, to kind of open up, clear those passages. So starting in Tadasana pose here, our feet will be parallel with one another. We'll ground down through all four corners of our feet, open up our chest here. Close your eyes and just take a minute to ground into your standing practice. So activate your thighs by lifting up through your kneecaps. Draw your lower belly in and drop your tailbone down. Gently pull your chin back towards the center line of the body to lengthen the back of the neck and relax your shoulders. Full breath in and a grounding breath out. Staying exactly where you are, we're going to increase our hands up towards the sky. So reaching up. I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see. Keeping our feet hips width distance apart, breathing in to lengthen through the side bodies. And then start to reach your hands forward. As we come into a forward bend, we want to continue to lengthen our spine. And this is going to actually help us bend a little bit deeper. So reaching, 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 and then grounding our hands down towards the mat. Release your head and your neck and any tension you're holding on to, and just allow yourself to drip down towards the mat. Reach your hands by your lower spine and interlace all 10 fingers. Start to bend your knees slightly and then reach your hands up and over towards the front of your mat. So forward bend, chest opener here. We're finding that compression as we fold, reducing stress and anxiety in the mind here. Increasing circulation and blood flow to the head and the nose, the chest, releasing that cough and cold that we might feel coming on or dealing with right now. Just allowing the crown of your head to drip down with every exhale a little bit more, continuing to reach, opening up the collarbone and the chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Releasing your hands down to the mat here. Start to walk your hands towards the front of the mat here, grounding down through all 10 fingers and the heels of the palm. Stretch your feet back. Send your hips up and downward facing dog. Melt your heels down towards the ground. Really press into the palms of the heels to send your hips up, lengthening through the shoulders, the side bodies, and the armpit area. Create space between your ears and your shoulders by bringing the eyes of the elbow closer towards the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. Shifting your weight forward, coming into a high plank position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips up and your heels up high. Keep your gaze down nice and strong. And then gently bend your knees. Flip onto the tops of the toes and then bend your elbows at a 90-degree angle, coming down all the way towards the ground. Wiggle out anything that you need and then bring your forearms to the mat. Moving into Sphinx pose here, we're going to open up the chest. So you want your shoulders and your elbows in line, the palms facing down and the tops of the toes in towards the ground. You really want to press into the forearms to create space between the ears and the shoulders. You want to gently pull your elbows energetically back towards your heels here so you're stretching your chest forward. Press into the tops of the toes. You can take your gaze forward, lengthening the back of your neck. Continue to press in, open up your chest, your heart. Full breaths in, full exhales out. So we're opening and stretching the chest here, creating more space in the lungs and the respiratory system to remove any cough or cold that we feel coming on. One more breath here, inhale and exhale. Gently lowering back onto your belly here. Press your hands underneath your shoulders. Bend your elbows, bend your knees, and come on over onto your bottom as we flip on over down to the mat. So flipping on over onto our bottom here, we are going to send our legs out long in front of us. We're going to remove any flesh underneath our sitting bones here, so our spine is nice and tall, reaching our hands up towards the sky, really lengthening through the side bodies. And then continue to reach as you reach your hands, stretching your spine, stretching, 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 and then releasing your hands to the ground, your legs, or your feet, wherever's comfortable. So this compression here, we're folding, we're reducing stress, anxiety. Flex your toes towards your face. Nice big breath in. And full exhales out. Surrender down. Inhale. And exhale. One more big breath in, lengthen that spine. Exhale, fold deeper. Release your hands and drag your fingertips back towards the center line of your body as you slowly unwind your spine, allowing your head and neck being the last thing to come up. Press into your palms and move your hips towards the center of the mat here as we slowly lower down onto the ground. Hands come out by your sides and then gently lower all the way down, vertebra by vertebra. Your head and your neck are last. With your hands, walk your feet back towards your glutes here. Your legs will be parallel with one another in the shape of 11. Pull your lower belly down to connect the sacrum and the spine to the mat here. Finding that connection. Exhale out your air. Press into your heels and lift your hips up, inhaling into bridge pose. Start to walk your shoulder blades underneath one another and interlace your hands underneath your lower spine, connecting to the mat. Finding this chest opener, compressing the throat just slightly here. As your chin naturally tucks, sending your hips up, really press into the heels to lift your hips up a little bit higher. So we want to open up that chest here. Open up the lungs to remove any cough that we feel in our body. Breathing in deeply and exhaling completely. One more breath here, inhale. And release your hands, exhaling as you gently unwind your spine very slowly and consciously back towards the mat. Bring your knees in towards your chest here, wrap your arms around your legs, and just give yourself a little love after that posture. Staying nice and calm with the breath in the body, maybe rocking side to side, massaging your lower spine. And then releasing your hands down by your sides here. Bend your knees and roll over onto one side as we come back up to sitting. Press into your palm and make your way back up onto sitting. So we are going to move into headstand. If this is not in your practice, you can work on dolphin by pressing into your forearms or downward facing dog. But to move into headstand, we are going to come over onto our hands and knees. And the way we're going to get into it is finding the interlacing of the hands here. To find where you want your elbows to be, you grab for your hand to elbow like this. So similar to dolphin pose, in that distance, you'll put your elbows on the ground, grabbing for your hands, just like this, grabbing for the crease of your elbows. And then keeping your elbows exactly where they are, take just your hands to create that triangle shape. So you're creating that 3-angle shape, and you interlace your hands here. From there, you're going to lift the top of your head on towards the ground. So we don't want it to be the front of our head or way too back. We want it to really be the crown of our head. So you'll gently find that will be slightly different for everyone. Just play around with it. So coming onto the mat here, finding that stance, interlacing the hands, and then lifting your hips up, and finding the crown of the head on towards the ground. You can always stay here, focusing on finding that compression. So we want to send fresh oxygen and blood flow into the head and that circulation to remove any cough and colds that we feel coming on. So we really want to increase the blood circulation here. Moving on, we are going to come onto our toes, lifting our hips up. Another great place to start. If this is comfortable, stay here. Really press into the forearms and the shoulders and start to walk your toes closer towards your face. Once your hips are over, closer towards your head, you can start to bend one knee, then the other, keeping your hips over your head here, and then start to straighten your knees, straighten your legs, coming into a headstand. Still pressing into the forearms here, so not all the weight is on your head. Pick one point to focus on. Breathe in and breathe out. We come out the same way we came in, so bending your knees here, slowly, slowly coming back on down, pulling your knees in towards your chest, dropping one foot down, then the other, taking your knees out wide, or in slightly, releasing your hands down by your sides and bring your forehead to the mat for Balasana. Make that forehead connection. Just come back to your breath. Fully surrender. Let your whole body rest on the mat here. Just find that connection as you come back to balance with your body. And then coming up, slowly unwind your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Flip over onto your bottom. These are yoga poses to help with the cold and the cough, increasing that blood circulation into our chest, our head, and our body to relieve any stress and anxiety, calm the body, calm the mind. Beautiful job today, guys. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us here at Jiva Yoga Live. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Namaste.